The Bermuda Triangle, a region of ocean between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico where ships and planes have been vanishing for over a century. In 1945, Flight 19, a group of 5 Navy bombers took off from Fort Lauderdale for a routine training mission. The pilots became disoriented. Their compasses malfunctioned. The last transmission was, quote, "We are entering white water. Nothing seems right." All 5 planes vanished. The rescue plane sent to find them also disappeared. 14 men gone in an afternoon. Since then, more than 75 aircraft and hundreds of ships have vanished in the triangle, some with no wreckage ever found. No distress calls, no oil slicks, nothing. 5 planes and 14 men just gone. On January 4th, 2012, a mysterious image appeared on the internet. White text on a black background. It said, "We are looking for highly intelligent individuals. To find them, we have devised a test. Good luck." It was signed Cicada 3301. What followed was the most elaborate puzzle the internet has ever seen. Clues hidden in images using steganography, encrypted messages, QR codes posted on telephone poles in 14 different countries simultaneously. Thousands of people worked together to solve it, but no one has ever confirmed who was behind it or why. The final stages of the 2014 puzzle remain unsolved to this day. In July 1518, a woman named Frau Trophia stepped into a street in Strasbourg and began to dance. She didn't stop for days. Within a week, 34 people had joined her. Within a month, 400 people were dancing uncontrollably in the streets. Some danced until they collapsed from exhaustion. Some danced until they had heart attacks. Some danced until they died. City officials didn't know what to do. Their solution? They built a stage and hired musicians. They thought if people danced it out, they'd stop. They didn't. It got worse. Historians have proposed mass hysteria, ergot poisoning from contaminated grain, and stress-induced psychogenic illness. But no theory fully explains it. 400 people dancing themselves to death in the streets, and no one could stop it. In February 1959, 9 experienced hikers set out into the Ural Mountains of Russia. None of them came back. When search parties found their tent weeks later, it had been ripped open from the inside. From the inside. The hikers fled into negative 30-degree weather with no shoes, no coats. Some were found a mile away. 2 were found with crushed rib cages but no external wounds. 1 was missing her tongue and eyes. Soviet investigators ruled the cause of death as, quote, "a compelling natural force." Then they classified the case and closed the area for 3 years. Theories range from avalanche to military testing to infrasound-induced panic. In 2019, Russian authorities reopened the case and blamed an avalanche. But experienced mountaineers say the terrain doesn't support that theory. The injuries don't match. The behavior doesn't match. Nothing matches. 9 people tore open their tent from the inside and ran barefoot into a frozen death. And 65 years later, no one can explain why. The universe is 14 billion years old. There are 2 trillion galaxies, each with hundreds of billions of stars. The odds of life existing only on Earth are astronomically small. So where is everyone? This is the Fermi paradox. One answer is the great filter. Somewhere between dead chemistry and galaxy-spanning civilization, there's a step so hard that almost no species gets past it. The terrifying question is whether the filter is behind us or ahead of us. If it's behind us, we already passed the hard part. Maybe life itself is incredibly rare. Maybe multicellular life is the filter. Maybe intelligence is. But if the filter is ahead of us, that means civilizations regularly reach our level of technology and then destroy themselves. Nuclear war, climate collapse, AI gone wrong. Every civilization hits a wall, and we're approaching ours. You wake up. You can't move, you can't scream, and there's something in the room with you. Sleep paralysis affects about 8% of people. During REM sleep, your brain paralyzes your body so you don't act out dreams. Sometimes you wake up before the paralysis wears off. You're conscious but trapped. Your eyes can move, you can breathe, but nothing else works. The hallucinations are the worst part. Shadow figures, pressure on your chest, a presence in the room. Your brain is still partially dreaming while your eyes are open. It blends dream imagery with real surroundings. Throughout history, this was attributed to demons. The word nightmare comes from mare, an evil spirit that sits on your chest. In Japan, it's called kanashibari, meaning bound by metal. Every culture on Earth independently created a supernatural explanation for the same neurological event. Your brain paralyzes you, shows you monsters, and makes you watch. In 2022, NASA released the sound of a black hole. The Perseus Galaxy Cluster, 250 million light-years away. The black hole creates pressure waves in the hot gas surrounding it. Ripples. NASA translated those ripples into audible sound by shifting the frequency up 57 octaves. The actual sound is a B flat, 57 octaves below middle C, a note so deep that no human ear could ever hear it. When they made it audible, it sounds like something moaning from the bottom of the ocean. Low, haunting, almost alive. The universe isn't silent. It's screaming at frequencies we can't hear. In 1977, NASA launched Voyager 1 and 2 into deep space. Each carries a golden record. Literally, a gold-plated copper disc containing sounds and images of Earth. Thunder, a baby crying, a kiss, Chuck Berry. Greetings in 55 languages, brain waves of a woman in love. Carl Sagan chose the contents. He wanted to show aliens who we are. The record includes the sound of a human heartbeat. Instructions for playing it are etched on the cover in a language based on hydrogen atoms. Right now, Voyager 1 is over 15 billion miles from Earth. Still moving, still carrying that record. It will drift through interstellar space for billions of years. Long after Earth is gone, that golden record will still be out there. Our love letter to the universe, and no one may ever play it. Rain is one of the most universally relaxing sounds on Earth. Rain produces what's called pink noise. Unlike white noise, pink noise has more energy in the lower frequencies. Deeper, warmer, more natural. Studies show pink noise pushes you into deeper sleep stages. Rain is a predictable, non-threat sound. Your amygdala constantly monitors for danger. Rain is continuous, consistent, predictable. It signals that you are safe. Nothing is sneaking up on you. Your nervous system downregulates. Heart rate drops. For hundreds of thousands of years, rain meant water, survival, growth. That's coded deep. So deep that even a recording on your phone can trick your ancient brain into peace. British anthropologist Robin Dunbar discovered that the size of a primate's brain directly predicts the size of its social group. For humans, that number is about 150, Dunbar's number. You can maintain roughly 150 stable relationships. That's it. Your brain literally cannot handle more. Ancient villages averaged 150 people. Roman army units, 150. Hutterite colonies split at 150. Your social media says you have 2,000 friends. Your brain says you have 150. And within that, you have about 5 intimate relationships, 15 close friends, 50 good friends. Everyone else is an acquaintance your brain is pretending to track. You're not antisocial. You're just human. There's a reason you can watch perfect fit videos for hours. Your brain is wired for it. When something fits perfectly into a space, your anterior cingulate cortex lights up. That's the part of your brain that monitors for errors and conflicts. When the fit is perfect, there's zero conflict, zero error signal. Your brain essentially goes quiet. And that silence feels incredible. It's the same reason we find symmetry beautiful. Organized shelves satisfying, completed puzzles rewarding. Your brain is a pattern completion machine. It wants closure. A perfect fit closes the loop. Dopamine. Early humans who could identify when things fit together survived longer. Satisfaction with precision kept us alive. You're experiencing millions of years of evolutionary reward programming. The spotlight effect is a cognitive bias where you believe people are paying far more attention to you than they actually are. You trip in public and feel like everyone saw. They didn't. Studies at Cornell had students wear embarrassing t-shirts into a room. The students estimated that 50% of people noticed. The actual number was 23%, and of those, most forgot within minutes. You are the main character of your story, but you're an extra in everyone else's. That thing you said 5 years ago that keeps you up at night? No one else remembers it. They're too busy worrying about what they said. Everyone is too busy being the main character of their own movie to watch yours. Nobody is thinking about you. And that's the most freeing thing you'll hear today. There are 8 billion people on Earth. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin. If distributed equally, each person gets 0.0026 Bitcoin. Bitcoin's supply is enforced by mathematics, not a government, not a central bank. Math. Every 4 years, the mining reward halves. By 2140, the last Bitcoin will be mined. After that, no more. Ever. Every other form of money in human history has been inflated, debased, printed into oblivion. Bitcoin can't be. It's the first truly scarce digital asset. 8 billion people who might want some. 21 million will ever exist. If you had $10,000 in a savings account in 2020, it's worth about $7,500 today. Not because you spent it, because inflation ate it. 25% of your purchasing power. Gone. In 4 years. Your bank paid you 0.5% interest while inflation ran at 6, 7, 8%. Since 1971, the dollar has lost over 98% of its purchasing power. This is by design. Inflation incentivizes spending and borrowing. It punishes saving. The people who understand this buy assets. Things that go up when the dollar goes down. Cash is not a safe haven. Cash is a melting ice cube. Want to know how long it takes to double your money? 72 divided by your interest rate. At 10%, doubles in 7.2 years. At 2% savings account, 36 years. Credit card at 24%, your debt doubles in 3 years. The system is designed so people who understand compound interest earn it. People who don't, pay it. 72 divided by your rate. That's how fast money moves for or against you.